I believe this is live footage from Pam Bondi's office representing the Trump administration trying to get you to forget about the Jeffrey Epstein saga.
And they can't take that away.
Wow, that definitely won't work here as the poll numbers are in, and they're not looking that good for the President of the United States. That now, according to Bill O'Reilly, gave his official kind of explanation to him privately about why he actually did this, and it lines up perfectly with our theory that we've been telling you from the very beginning of this. Lots of crazy news, lots of dots to connect here, as of course there's another thing that Mike Benz and Alex Jones said that perfectly represents this particular moment and our understanding of it that we have been right on the money on. And if you appreciate that, subscribe, click the notification button. We got a lot of important stuff to get into today, especially that major bombshell Bill O'Reilly testimony after talking to Donald Trump, which really, again, just lays out the perfect representation of understanding the situation like we told you it was. Now, let's get into it. 67% of Americans demand the Epstein files, as even 62% of them are Democrats that want the truth. Obviously, we want the truth. Obviously, we want to know about the international child trafficking blackmail operation that has been ruining our government and puppeteering it. Clearly, politicians who have extortion and compromise on them are not acting on the behalf of their constituents. They're acting on behalf of the people blackmailing them. Okay? And this explains why there's so many unpopular, nasty, disgusting actions being taken by politicians against you. If you look at the way Washington, D.C. works, it is a swamp. Most people hate politicians, hate Congress. The approval numbers are so low, and when you start to understand, hey, there's powerful groups of individuals blackmailing people to do the opposite of what they promised to do, it makes perfect sense. And yeah, I would say, listen, polls could be manipulated either way. I would say vast majority of people want to know the truth here. It's pretty clear. And now enters Bill O'Reilly talking to Goomba Como here just recently. And then he gave the official kind of explanation to why Trump did this. And again, there's a couple things that we're going to correct here. But boy, oh boy, did we call it. Boy, oh boy. Because we had all these other influencers be like, first they were like, no, this DOJ document's fake. It's not true. We got to confirm it's true. And I'm like, dude, it's true. It's on the DOJ. No, it's not. And I'm like, okay. Then they're like, no. Trump's using this to fight the deep state. I'm like, Trump's protecting the deep state to fight Trump's continuing to help predators hurt children so he could deal with bad people in government. How much worse can you get? You don't get anywhere worse than hurting children. And we saw Patrick Bet-David. We saw Alex Jones. We saw Tim Pool. All of them. Oh, no, there's some trying to 4D chess this game. No. And we made a video. You guys were wrong. I'm sorry. Respectfully, they were wrong. It's not true at all. Now enters Bill O'Reilly. And again, this is still a part of somewhat of a cover-up effort. But perfectly explains what we've been saying from the very beginning. Here's Bill O'Reilly himself.
I talked to President Trump man to man, eye to eye, on St. Patrick's Day about this and the Kennedy files and the King files. It was all one conversation. And he said, and I agree, there are a lot of names associated with Epstein that had nothing to do with Epstein's conduct. They maybe had lunch with him or maybe had some correspondence for one thing or another. If that name gets out, those people are destroyed.
Not true at all here. But it does now lay the groundwork. Because again, Bill O'Reilly doesn't release this information without permission from some people, okay? There's levels of coordination here that we don't even comprehend and understand. A lot of things are tightly controlled here. Bill O'Reilly is saying this is not an accident, but it does explain what we explained here from the very beginning. It's saying all the powerful predators, right? All the people mentioned, all the people involved, all the people wheeling and dealing and doing deals with the devil, doing deals with Epstein when he was a registered S offender, when everyone knew he was procuring small children to everybody, all those people came to Trump. And this is what I just said a couple moments ago. This is what I said when this whole story broke. This is what I said when the whole document broke. They came to him and I said, here's the ring of Sauron. We'll give you everything. Just don't release our names. Don't get it out there to the general public. Hide this, and we will bend over backwards for you. We'll do everything for you. We'll give you all of our money, all of our influence, all of our power. Do this for us, and we'll do anything in exchange. Make a deal. Make a deal. We'll give you everything. Donald Trump's sitting there like, wow, I could command Reid Hoffman. I could command Bill Gates. I could command the Clintons. And I could command British royalty. And I get to be in charge of them? You offer a man that loves power, more power, he's going to take it. But there's a misnomer here. There's a big mistake here with what Bill O'Reilly is explaining here, because this definitely opens up a window to something that a lot of people aren't really connecting the dots on. We'll connect the dots on that. There's also the Alex Jones, Mike Benz video that correlates this with their sources. Listen, before playing their clips, sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com. We need your support. Our gas tank is running on empty. We're fighting. I'm fighting as much as I can, as hard as I can. Listen, my dream is to do more on the ground reporting. I want to go back out there. I need a cameraman. I need help. I need assistance. I can't do this all on my own. I've been sleep deprived. You see me here pumping out content. I'm on the road working with a bootleg freaking setup here, studio, that's pennies on the dollars, okay? Your support needed now more than ever. We just did a meetup yesterday with Jeremy from the Quartering. Amazing. Like 20, 30 people came out. Awesome human beings. I got to shake their hands. I got to laugh with them. I got to talk to them. We had chicken wings, and we literally broke bread. Literally. And we had an amazing time just sitting down, hanging out, talking, getting to know you guys who signed up to LukeUnfiltered.com. I had a headache, and I didn't care. I had a massive headache. I was like, I'm going to still show up. And it was amazing. It was incredible being able to be a part of this. And again, I'm gonna be doing more meetups. Those meetups only possible through your support on LukeUnfiltered.com. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up right now. Now, let's get back to the remainder of this particular clip here, because it's important. It's very important to connect the dots on that. A lot of people aren't connecting the dots on right now.
Because there's not going to be any context. Media doesn't care about.
The media doesn't care. Please. The media has been protecting these predators for so freaking long. VH1 was literally doing, look how great and amazing the life of Jeffrey Epstein is. I just posted it on look at this. VH1 promotions.
They're buying with all that hedge fund cash, but not quite as much as financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein, yeah, it's such a great guy. This guy was an S-offender. Like, look, he has jets. He ends up with Bill Clinton. Woo! Yeah. There's always little children there. VH1 should be disgusted with themselves for releasing this propaganda, paid PR stunt. Man, a mystery, look, Chris Tucker and Kevin Spacey and Bill Clinton are in this jet, yeah. That's the people that went to Donald Trump. Trump, please. They got on their knees. Trump loves that. We'll give you anything. Give you anything, please. Make us a deal. Cut us a deal. Trump's like, I like this. I like this. Bill O'Reilly's wrong here. But look at the way he started the conversation. I totally agree with Donald Trump. Okay. And you agree with protecting people who he says the media would just destroy their reputation when they were innocent. How do you know they're innocent? If you're making deals with the devil, if you're making deals with registered S-offenders knowingly when he's already a knowing S-offender, when you already know, you know the deal, okay? Everyone knew the deal. Independent media knew the deal. We knew the deal. We were talking about this for a very long time. You're telling me right now, all of them are just innocent? Yeah, right. Yeah, frickin' right.
A context. So you can't do that. You can't destroy human beings.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. If someone is going to be destroyed, because of their known associations with child predators that they knowingly were hanging out with after they were registered as offenders, maybe they deserve to be destroyed. Okay? Now, whether they were innocent or not, let them prove it. The burden of proof is on them. The fact that these people are coddled and protected by the corporate media, which they are, the fact that they have been able to skirt around all this justice, the fact that they've been able to hide all of their misdoings, and again, we're talking about like Woody Allen, the Prime Minister of Israel here. So many people involved here. And again, all of them are supposedly innocent. When the guy was running a blackmail operation, the guy had this is what he had. He had a bunch of hidden cameras and he had a bunch of children. What do you think happened then? Okay? What about the hard drives? And listen, this is the next layer obfuscation effort that concludes what we were saying, and it makes sense. And it makes, because this is the most plausible explanation here. You have hard drives of them. You have videotapes of them. You have photos of them. You have documentation. You know who's guilty and you know who's not. Now, letting all the predators go because maybe there's one guy that didn't do something. Maybe there's one guy that was just hanging out there for the French fries. I like seed oil French fries. I'm just going to hang out with this S-predator all the time because the French fries are good. Maybe, let's just, frick it, let's play along. Let's play along. Okay, one guy. That one guy could come out and say, I just like the French fries there. Everyone's going to be like, you're full of ish. And if you deserve to be destroyed with your known associations with S-predators, you deserve to be destroyed. Trump protecting them, he's only protecting them because they went to him and they offered him something. Okay? That's how Trump works. That's how politics works. You look at the inner workings. You look at the art of the deal. You look at the way Trump has been operating throughout his entire career. And I know this because I know all the inner circles, and I know how the deal's done, and I know how much people have to fight, even for pardons, and I know how much people have to do, what they have to shell out in order just to get something done. He doesn't do it out of the generosity of his heart. Okay? He doesn't do this because it's like, oh, yeah, man, I don't want to ruin Bill Clinton. I don't want to ruin the poor Clintons. I don't want to ruin the poor Democrats that try to ruin my life and throw me into. I don't want to ruin their lives out of the goodness of my heart because I believe in forgiveness. And I'll allow them to hurt children. That didn't happen here. Okay? And you're naive and stupid if you're thinking that. Stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
By putting out the files, whatever they may be. I talked to...
Okay. Yeah, sure. Bill O'Reilly running his obfuscation effort here. Mike Benz here talks about this from his perspective, his sources. And again, it lines up.
I do think the intelligence theory explains this better than any other. In fact, it's really hard to account for the whole Jeffrey Epstein saga without the intelligence story thread connecting it all. Now, obviously, right. I think there are other considerations, donors. I don't think Trump himself was implicated necessarily, but I think that there are many conservative and MAGA donors who may be as well.
Yeah. Probably some kind of Eldenson connection, probably some Peter Thiel connections. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Yeah. Big money players, all the big money players were hanging around Epstein, who was moving around huge sums of money without any kind of legitimate accounting or oversight or banking rules and regulations that everyone else has to follow. So Mike Benz, again, kind of hints here, hey, there's people that came to Trump that previously donated to him, that were a big part of his administration, and they came out and they said, hey, let's make a deal. And they made a deal. And Trump was like, yeah, I'll protect you. You keep giving me more money. You keep giving me the keys to the castle. You allow me to do whatever I want to do. Let's do it. Let's make it happen here. And then, of course, Alex Jones came out and now also is claiming, and again, without evidence, that President Trump made a backroom deal here. Yeah. Now, he says it's with the deep state to pursue his agenda in peace. His agenda now, like, he's not going to win the midterms. Vast majority of people here already, it's such a shame. So many people had so much high trust. Now he's saying, I'll release it if they violate this deal. Yeah. Okay, if Alex is trying to excuse this, right? That's a bad move here, in my opinion, because you're excusing child predators. And there's no excusing child predators. There's no excusing people who ritualistically and for their funsies kidnap children and do horrible things to them. There's no excuse. There's no, hey, there was a deal. I don't care where are you getting in exchange from it? Because listen, peace, you're not getting peace. That's the cope here. I know a lot of people want their cope, and I understand it, and I'm sorry. But let's shatter that reality there for a second, because it's power. It's money. It is addicting. Once you're in that high level position of power, wow. I mean, you really have to be extremely careful for it not to get to your head. Now, when you get all the world's most powerful people coming to you, anything you want, Donnie, anything, you name it, keep my name out of it. Listen, all they had to do here, if Bill O'Reilly's story was true, which, again, a part of it is true. There's a half-truth, and this is how they're going to try to get away with it. I disagree with Alex Jones here again. Come on, man. Like, let's wake up, smell the coffee. Bill O'Reilly, I love Alex. I love you, man. But, come on. Listen. If Bill O'Reilly's story was true, Trump should have sat there and said, okay, you're innocent, right? Prove your innocence. Let's go over through the hard drive tapes. Let's go over through those videos. Let's go over through those documents. Okay, you made some deals here, but then you were here partying, and there was this child here. Let's bring in the child. Let's do a full-on investigation here internally. Okay, hey, child. Hey, Pat Bondi said there's 250 victims. Hey, you see this guy's face? You see Bill over here? You see Bill? You see Bill's face? Do you recognize his face? What do you do that night? And you sit both of them down, and you videotape it. It's like, oh, you run an investigation, and you actually try to hold them responsible, if that's the case here, okay? Because if I'm in a position of power, and I got known associates of S-Predators that were hanging out parties where there was S-Predator stuff going on, one, I'm disgusted with you. I'm like, why should I even talk to you? Why should I even spend some time with you? Second, the scenario is, what, you say you're innocent? You say you had nothing to do here. You said you really just didn't do anything? Okay, prove it. Listen, and if you lie to me right now, we're exposing you, top predator number 1, okay? And we're putting you on the FBI's most wanted list, all right? And you're gonna go to jail. And not the fun one, not the white collar one that your lawyer wants you to go to. We're gonna send you to the not so fun one where they don't treat S-Predators good, all right? And your whole life's ruined. Tell us the full truth about what happened with Epstein. Tell us every time you hung out with him. Tell us what he was doing. Tell us who else is on the dole. And then we'll go easy on you in a way where you'll still be held responsible if you did hurt children. But if you didn't hurt children, we'll make sure that you get safeguarded. And they do this all the time. This is how prosecutors work. Pam Bondi is a very efficient, very smart prosecutor that's been talking very loose here, that's been very inefficient, that's been not like herself. She was the Attorney General of Florida. She was one of the top, most prolific, powerful prosecutors. She is now the most prolific, most well-known prosecutor in the world. You're telling me she's playing loose with the facts here? You're telling me she's being lazy and inconsistent and not paying attention to detail? That's what prosecutors do. That's what prosecutors have to do. You're telling me you failed here every step of the way? I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. And if you're Pam Bondi, you need to get the scruples and say, Trump, I know you want me to whitewash this, but listen, there's still some really bad people out there that are going to continue to hurt children. Let's at least run an internal investigation, and let's at least try to hold some of these really bad predators accountable so more children don't get hurt here. Can we at least make sure here that more children don't get hurt here? All right, and if someone's innocent, let's investigate it. Let's bring in the children. Let's bring in the victims, and let's get the truth here, okay? That's what should be done here, not shut up, don't talk about it. Because some freaking sick, twisted billionaire came down and opened up his checkbook, okay? I don't care. The fact of this matter is, this country is for sale. Justice is for sale, and it's a two-tier justice system, just like Donald Trump campaigned against. Donald Trump said, hey, it's not fair that people get punished because of their political ideologies and some people get let go. It's not fair. And it's not. And that's why we want justice. And if you agree, share this video with your friends and family members. Sign up to lookunfiltered.com. Your help is needed now more than ever. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more, all here exclusively on youtube.com/WeAreChange.